Hello, welcome to AgostoAllElite Podcast on this beautiful Sunday. On this first ever Sunday AgostoAllElite Podcast, we'll be reviewing Dynamite, then we'll do some ROH, then some Collision, and then some wrestling news. Let's start with Dynamite. Let's get to it. Dynamite. Yeah, Dynamite. Alright, let's go to the talk about Dynamite. Apparently, let's see. Cole and MJF are on a collision course for an AEW World Championship match, and the former had an opportunity to earn a shot at self-proclaimed double when they clashed on the winner bout Wednesday. We had a showdown headline episode of AEW Dynamite featured the latest rivalry between the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club, an AEW World Women's Championship match, and the latest title defense by Wardlow. Found out what went down with this recap of the show airing live from the birthplace of Dynamite, the Capital One Center in Washington, D.C. Alright, let's talk about the match cards. As I said, the AEW World Eliminator Champion match that started the show, Adam Cole versus MJF. We have the TNT Championship, Wardlow versus Jake Hager. The AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm versus Sky Blue. Trios match in the main event, Hangman, the Bucks versus Blackpool Combat Club. We had a somewhat of a trios match, Arch Cassidy, Keith Lee versus the local embassy. We also have the return of Sammy Guevara. Let's start with the Eliminator match. Adam Cole has 30 minutes to defeat MJF and earns himself a shot at the AEW World Championship. He fell short by 1 second. The clock ran out. His title aspiration was CB Dash. MJF, even the cowardly heel, had pulled out every underhand method and attempted to thwart the opposition. Ability to stall that played in his favor. With a challenge of 5 more minutes by Cole, he slid her out of the ring like a snake he is. A classic villain who knows what to do, when to do it, stitch, it leads the desired results. Cole appeared injured, his arm middle of the bout, continued nursing it, so it will be interesting if he's injured or is hurt. If it's later, expect to see how somehow to get Cole versus MJF in time for Forbidden Door or All In at latest. So things got a bit chunky down the stretch, and the competitors attempted to drag things out, hit time limit. It was a still strong match. The crowd was red hot throughout, so this was an easy thumbs up. Oh yeah, time limit draw. So yeah, MJF Shawn Michaels trademark stance, sweet chain music tune up, lose to some comparison between HBK and NXT out of Cole. The champion delivered a tombstone apology on the ring apron. MJF delivered a top rope elbow drop on the ring to Cole and through the timekeeper ringside. Mayfair immediately nurse left far. The kid appeared to be swollen and dislocated over the course to the contest. Sorry, it's a bit slow because I had other things in my head in bed. The heel delivered a low blow to play in view of the referee, but there was no disqualification. Attempted to use Dynamite. Bryce caught him. Set up a call. The parent of Sunrise. A boom. Only for the match ended that time limit draw. So yeah. Then we got Sammy Guevara's return now. So Guevara stand his own. Will Sammy Guevara stand his own to continue or rely on Jericho? Appreciate society for support. It was a question at the heart of the promo segment featured the Spanish crowd Wednesday night when Darby Allin attempted to convince him to be on his own man rather than a crony for Chris Jericho. Guevara talked back to Ocho when he appeared and looking for apologies. Sting arrived on the scene. Tag team match pitted Allin and the icon against Guevara and Jericho was seemingly made for next week's show. The stuff of Guevara standing for himself in the face of Jericho's scream should plant the seeds for this lash out at the teacher. First, though, the competitors will have to coexist if they hope to overcome Allen's thing, if they find a clash. If reactions to Wednesday are an indication, however, getting fans to give up booing on Guevara, Bryson may have been an uphill battle. I had to make some changes in AEW, Guevara said. Are you going to stay on your own 2 feet or live in the shadow of JSS? Allen asked the Spanish guy. You call yourself the Wizard? I'll tell you what, the match is gone, Allen told Jericho. Sting and Jericho stared at each other down with former concerned ladders. Floyd baseball by his own set up a tag team match for next week's show in the process. Yeah. Darby Allin, Sting, Cassidy, and Keith Lee versus the local embassy. Well, it became a 6-man tag, and I don't know why. The NXT champion, Cassidy, Keith Lee, Sting, Allen, Bow, Swerve, Strickland, Machine, Toilet, 8-man tag match. This match was pure, unruly fun. It was actually an 8-man tag. That was my mistake. Fast pace, actually, all involved. Strickland had issues with Cassidy, Lee, and long history Allen. The Luchas the same for Swerve, Brown, and Babyface to get sensibly. Sting incredibly beat anyone did here, seemingly building some momentum ahead of where it heads him out against the JSS. Good stuff, funny stuff, all involved. Does not have to remember beyond the show. Allen, Sting, Cassidy, and Lee defeated Mogul Embassy. The heels working together to set up and deliver electric chairs double stomp bot to Lee that Cassidy and Allen just narrowly broke up. Alright. You got the TNT Championship. Wardlow versus Jake Hager. Wardlow defending the TNT Championship against Jake Hager in a match with no build. Background had to speak up about was better than expect thanks to this crowd support. Wardlow, Champion Taker, trademark power bombs. This is less about irrigation, more about post-matches. Christian Cage revealed a bloody artist and victim of beat down the hands of heels. His crafty charisma, math muscle, attempt to eliminate Wardlow's greatest support system. The feud is cold, and nothing we saw here changes that. Wardlow defeated Hager to retain. Hager attacked Wardlow during his entrance, taking the fight to the Wardlow for the bell. Wardlow drilled Hager with considered a powerbomb for the win. Then we go backstage with Paquette informing JM that he will bow Hiroshi Tanahashi at Forbidden Door. He reminded the interviewer that he had no show Tony Khan bookings before as he would not be facing the Ace on June 25th in Toronto, from NJF's words. Next, we go to the AEW Women's Championship match. Sky Blue vs. Toni Storm. Sky Blue is the future of the women's division in AEW. She has a breakup performance Wednesday against Women's Champion Toni Storm. Accompanied by Ruby Soho. Sylvia is noticeably absent, replaced by a Corbo Carter team seeing time like this. Provided she can hang with a wrong before what's the important bots. Also, in her open, Blue Showcase improve come with a type of opportunity. Casey cheat on the part of the Outcast, but falls swiftly by Babyface save in the entire phobia. Though Warner had out Warlord, I got raised high blue for the entire match. First head out battle, the heels cheat their way to victory. It works initially, but when the fallback for a creative force, it becomes tiresome. That was certainly the case here. Storm, Solo, and Grace, so they could manage to get the most get out of the booking. So there. And so, Storm to be in blue, the retain. Yeah. Before the match, Saturday Virginia confronted Cassidy about the AEW International Championship shot only interrupted by the Garcia. The segment has devolved a tag team match for next week, pitting Ospreay and Garcia against Cassidy and Ring of Pure Champions, Kashira Sabata. The heels sprayed painted blue mom at ringside. Blue fought with fire spray stored the face of Rocket and sidekick that earlier in her 2 count. The challenger kicked out of Storm Zero, but succumbed to the Cloverleaf as the champ retained. New Japan Strong Women's Champion Nightingale made the save for her friend as the heels beat down Blue down. Now we go to the main event. The Elite versus Blackpool Combat Club. The Bucks and the Hangman Page defeated the Blackpool Combat Club. Moxley, Yuta, Castelli in a men's main event when the Pages pinned Yuta. The Bucks shot Lariat. The match was the latest chat in the right between the factions, but came after, overshadowing everything that happened between the ropes. First, we saw the return of Kingston, who sparred with Castle and Pep ahead of their upcoming ROH World Title match. Kane, your rival, Kanoshi Tashi, the return of Kenny Omega, and a surprise appearance for Wilson Ospreay. The latter led to a showdown, closing back, beat that, and put the heat on one of the marquee bouts of Forbidden Door pay-per-view on June 25th. With that said, so much happened in the span of 5 minutes that it was almost impossible for anything to sink in. Anything the return should have been meant giving more quality and build-up with fans, meaning clips, and Takashi of top heel. This point was top side favor of Ospreay. This is the day that throwing too much in 1 second, later breed. I would argue it was an action-packed finale that helped AEW's build momentum and entering its most significant period since the summer of 2021. But honestly, not a lot of important developments take spotlight and easily diminishes them. With that said, the match was simply good stuff. Comfort expectedly in the Brian Danielson, great on commentary and stuff. So yeah, the Elite defeated the Blackpool Combat Club. We got a frustrated Danielson watching for combat position with Unius Lays defeat Taxi's patience. Kingston returned, cleared Castellani for a ring. Katie face-to-face the best friend Moxley helped his buddy by pulling Matt Jackson off of him. Takashi rushed the ring, attacked Babyface for a Omega, Ryan Ball with Julius Hill associated with Don Callis. We got Ospreay attack Omega, lay him out, stand tall to close out the show. Overall, a lot happened on the show. Like, Cole and AJ have a strong 30-minute draw at top. Guevara looked to set the lead to GSS. Wardlow and Luchasaurus about to clash over the TNT champion. This Saturday, we're not going to defend the put us on the path of the Outcast and the booking of the women's division go in circles. We go into as I'll review later on about Collision. Yeah. And this is all before the main event segment that packed way too much no fall window. Honestly, I'm going to tell you this. Tony Khan has this tendency to do this, throw it tied too many matches, angles to any given show. As my result, it glosses over important developments. Honestly, it's Forbidden Door on June 25th. Yeah. AEW is going to be presenting its first episode of Collision this Saturday. This Saturday, I will review after Dynamite. ROH, after ROH. But yeah, I got a lot to talk about Collision. Like, my review on Collision, I got a lot to talk about. But before that, we got ROH. Then after Collision, we got wrestling news. So, yeah. All In is on the horizon as well. Companies start booking towards the event. So, in much of the short period of time, that's to create booking overload. It's on Tony Khan and his creative team to decide what needs to happen. This is not criticism. This one needs improvement. We're right to throw it all out there once and an audience can digest it all. So when this show was good this week, had a lot of love, but Mr. Khan must walk a fine line moving forward in terms of killing what needs to be highlighted and backed off of angles, segments that could wait a week or two. Yeah, that's my thoughts for AEW Dynamite. We'll get straight to ROH in just a segment. Before we go into ROH, I want to talk more about Dynamite. There's more to this. Let me get out more. Yeah. I'm going to talk more about the main event. Yes, and all that stuff. Yeah. Well, there's more to this. There's more to this. All right, Sonata, they actually made an open challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Champion holds at Forbidden Door. There was some Collision stuff that was announced that week. I will still talk about Collision. There is a lot I want to unpackage. We have the Punk video package and a lot of things he had to get off his chest. He will have a live Mike Collision. That should be the main event. FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. And Miro will be in action. Was in action last night. So is Andrade versus Brady Matthews. TNT title defense. There's a lot to talk about. But right after ROH, right after ROH. So, okay. So that's what I say about the Dynamite review. Let's go straight to ROH. Alright, let's get to the wrestling news. Let's start with Tony Khan discussing the importance of AEW's partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling. The relationship between the two companies remains strong, and they will team up for the Forbidden Door pay-per-view for the second year in a row. The Forbidden Door 2 event on October 25th, the only big thing in AEW's calendar. The company will make its United Kingdom debut, and it'll be all in London and Wembley Stadium on August 27th. Speaking with Rogers Khan, success all in London anticipation in Japan event. So yeah. Japan Pro Wrestling on said should be married 49 well what can I say?
Here's the goal with yeah, that's it. Trends in Japan was. Okay, again, in an interview, Obara said New Japan was considered sending talent for women's show if they get an offer. BJ Whitmer. Alright. That was the news about New Japan AEW. Apparently, New Japan, I take it this New Japan will send some stars to Wembley Stadium, so go figure. Here's some crazy news. BJ Whitmer fired by AEW as an arrest for domestic violence. All Wrestling producer BJ Whitmer has been fired by the company after he was arrested last week on charges of domestic violence. He was arrested on evening of June 4th by the Boone County Sheriff Department, Boone County, Kentucky. According to the records, Whitmer was charged with strangulation, the first degree burglary, and second degree upon a bond of $25 was set. Whitmer was released on June 12, 2023. In a statement issued to Fightful reported on news, AEW has confirmed news that said Whitmer has been terminated following his arrest. The company reached out to offer support those who have been affected by his behavior. So yeah, BJ Whitmer has been terminated following his arrest on his charges. So in AEW in the statement, while talent suffer ultimate responsibility for their own personal actions, this behavior is tolerable for AEW had to reach out to offer support those impacted by his behavior. Role of producer only wrestling member, competitor wrestling over his time in Ring of Honor, where he's a 4-time tag team champion. Will Ospreay believes his Wrestle Kingdom 17 match with Kenny Omega was a game changer. Latest month. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. One more thing out today. Yeah, Whitmer sucks, so bye Whitmer. Alright, go to the news we're supposed to. Ospreay believes Wrestling Kingdom 17 with Kenny Omega was a game changer. Later this month. Will Ospreay with filming rival made his way to Canada. Promotional event by AEW and New Japan. Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door. Their Ospreay will challenge Omega for the IWGP United States Champion. Stain is being lost to Kingdom at 17 January. Being on Insight, Chris Van Zant. Ospreay reflected on his previous match with Omega. Firstly, Ospreay saying some things he left together though. Do share some beef on the internet. Ospreay says that the Wrestle Kingdom clash was a collaborative effort. His mind operates differently. Sure, I can't explain it. Except for Ospreay and Kenny Omega. Well, he says it's like a mad scientist when you watch him work. Doing that one in Wrestle Kingdom is incredible to watch. It's incredible to watch and collaborate stuff together. Think about what it turned out to be. So, watching art play out, everything went up, hit and gore. I saw nothing. Thing we were coming out, I fucked up. We're gonna come out. I felt this be special. Man, I feel like I could have done better. Remember, T just slapped in my head like, "Shut up, you're doing great." Point. And man, fuck it. Okay. Omega places a table on top of a spray. Pushes stone through a table onto the spray back. The spot has left an assassin with a permanent scar. I had to go down, pounce his back, kill that man. I didn't play. I scared that forever now. It's like a scar here. It was word. When he was putting my forehead through a table. Fuck, that hurt. After nearly 30 minutes of competition, Kenny made running around Ospreay with a one-wing angel. The catch of the victory, sorry the loss. Feel that match and game changer for him. Going, probably undying. Let me take a break now. I can tell. I know it wants to go straight out. You can hardly hear it. And the parts that you want to have moved better done. Then I can my yeah. Change me when I shit. Sleeping in the car level. Equine, this one. Alright, I go to the other news. Wazowski had a pretty Aries camo and but it really doesn't matter. Dynamite. What happened on the NWA Women's Tag Belts? Mary Wazowski basically sat down with managing editor Bill Pritchard to discuss a variety of subjects. Oh, shit. When asked how she managed the balance of working across multiple companies at once, Wazowski says there's a different vibe when it comes to performing at National Wrestling Alliance compared to wrestling Ring of Honor. Yes, I feel like the NWA has a story sentiment like a value to promotion, running like right promotion out there. So it's kind of build so I feel like in branch out to other promotions like ROH is different. 5. The production during crowds not only helps me continue my home as skill, but in the day when a match is posted, people are like, oh, this is one half tag to be a champion, like boat champion, boat Browns, like am I right? Yeah, to be champion, not have one far away. I hope it's like a win-win for everyone. And I get my skills on women highlight. Women at NWA a lot rougher and tougher. I have already a different style. Skills try to get the win. But that's about Perry on camera and Painful account where all between Jericho and Ron Shawn Dynamite said her biggest skill was getting hit with some salty ice cream. I was in Austin, so I was there doing my work with them. They appointed someone in space. I altered myself. I don't know what happened. Sounded like my me job. He said it was fun. I didn't expect. That's good. Sounds going to hit ice cream, but some ice cream they're all salsa is good, but Mr. Softbee is good. Yeah, so Bob Morowski's interview. She's wrestling a rough style and NWA Power, so mixed style. Alright, here's additional news. The host had Drew McIntyre back in time for Money in the Bank. So, but it's uncertain when it'll happen. So, according to a new report from within WWE Creative to get, from PW Insider, there's been a push within Creative to get Drew McIntyre back in storyline in time for Money in the Bank weekend. The sources claim that WWE pitched ideas for McIntyre's return meetings last week. The brand believes that McIntyre won't be back until both sides can agree on how it can be used. WWE TV moving forward. McIntyre's current deal expires sometime in 2024 or all years and force forward. There's no movement of McIntyre. There's no scene yet. It McIntyre thought me left aimlessly flow during content and already proven his value in the past. Unless they agree on TV. And raring. So, WrestleMania 39, competing at Intercon match against Gunther and Sheamus. By his absence, he was brand new draft. Basically, Drew McIntyre is basically not getting used in WWE. That's not good. Get that fixed. Yeah, Creative, get that fixed. Yeah. So we got another news. People at AEW reported confident the Elite will stay with company. Deals have been closed. So yeah. AEW confidently retains services as their EVP, despite no deal has been agreed yet. Multiple reports over the past weeks have confirmed that the Bucks, Omega, Hangman Page, and the Bucks is currently in the AEW negotiation contract status with Quartet being represented by Barry Bloom. Fightful Select has provided an update on the negotiations, revealed that despite deals not done yet, agreements have been closed several times in the past months, saying that they are confident that they will retain the service of AEW Elite, even Punk making a return this weekend. So when we asked for the updates, we were told deals aren't done yet. However, both several deals have been closed with nothing changed when both spoke with AEW Punk despite company. So Fightful. Top percent Punk report knows it. To work together. Great play, Matt. This is link. Time great deal. Injury option years and multiple potential Valor tough to nail down with that with a deal set to expire. Surprisingly, WWE forces told Fightful they'll sign all formats should they be available. However, as this is opening expect this happened, they are currently nowhere near legal allowed to talk to aid them. Well, there were rumors regulating that WWE reached WWE, so that wasn't the case. So yeah. So Fightful closed with the fact that 4 men of the Elite will be getting their pay rise. It is seen paid in the paper. So I will try to provide updates on the Elite contract negotiations like next week. If it's good, I hear more. So yeah, the Elite will sign with AEW. We sign with AEW. Everything will be fine. We will not have any problems. Yeah. So Jimmy Jacobs. So him in news and additional news. Jimmy Jacobs backstage at AEW believed to be helping on Creative City. Looks like the AEW creative team can get a new edition with Collision set to find this Saturday. They're coming in 7 hours a weekly to Phil. Next in ROH. As a result, the additional reinforcement on the creative side of things may be beneficial. Whitmer Select has purported that Jimmy Jacobs backstage in this week's Dynamite in Washington D.C. with taping. This week's taping believes he'll be helping out in creative capacity, help company manage the increasing workload. We also get Whitmer Select furthering that Jimmy longtime wrestler turned creative Jimmy Jacobs backstage. Yeah. He also told that Jimmy Jacobs was surprised his face popping up, so he hugs the Predator with numerous people. Show was hit that Fightful, but up. Confirmed Jimmy Jacobs to help out creators, the only wrestling spread to Collision Saturday. So yeah. Fightful addition, Jacobs has been taking on increasing levels of creative responsibility while hiring eating company on great things. It was his moment. Hey. Oh, Jacob, where? As always, I'll aim to provide updates on Jimmy Jacobs, AEW, and greater capacity as soon as we hear more. Khalil no longer except for Gene Show. Believes they're signed with WWE. Khalil got pulled for July 15th or wrestling show. The show formed that he has signed with WWE. We already know he has made appearances. And recently at the Bay 6's Backlash in Puerto Rico. The site occasional appearances. The WWE has signed with WWE for the company. Also managing a recent cancellation for wrestling. old on the show before he signed with WWE. There's no official confirmation that WWE signed. It looks like it'll either start back at a couple regular basis. It'll get carded to report a couple of type by part-time basis. Well, basically, Carlito will sign with WWE with part-time, so it's what it is. Oh. That's how we're reportedly involving creative pictures in AEW. Jimmy Jacobs brought in as a coach and producer. Along with the crew, Jimmy Jacobs has been reported that Hardwood has created influence in AEW. Secret members of the roster make pictures regarding the company's creative direction and revealed that the raw creative human often bounce ideas off each other. With debut Saturday, 5 hours heat high previous week. Reported that Jimmy Jacobs backstage Diamond last week when a 39-year-old working in creative capacity. Reported Jacobs also act as a project producer. She also reported that Dax Hardwood has been creative input in recent time. So yeah, Jimmy Jacobs started the time AEW producer Titus Washington DC taping. This shows that staff to come and emphasize a remission show in Chicago. Expect Jacobs would process Brian Dax Hardwood involved in writing pages to the consulate. W Insider. The extent to both Hardwood and can influence AEW's direction unknown. However, we Friday edition of Rampage was a joint idea by Brian Khan. Khan is pretty excited about returning to CM Punk this Saturday night on Collision. AEW president. Alright. Okay, so now we go to Tony Khan's part. Tony Khan was excited about. Before that, AEW is getting involved with creative. So Brian Danson, Hardwood getting involved with creative. So that's what it is. So it's not that bad. It's about Collision. I signed on Saturday. I just reviewed, so you already know what happened in Collision. Tony Khan is sorry about her and Punk this Saturday night in Collision. This week's Collision. All these wrestle president Tony Khan recently on Russian radio. Garcia, Mark Henry discussed a wide variety of subjects. I'll talk about tomorrow's night's show episode of AEW Collision. Khan teased they still have more announcements to make about tomorrow night's show people don't know about yet. Last time things are coming soon. There are announcements to make. A show coming soon. But should stay tuned. Contease had a lot of information on Collision that so hit a run up in the show. Honestly, nervous about CM Punk having a live match on Saturday night. Khan said people want him to see him back for a long time, but he's going to be a major event. And it's the same thing. Fans don't want to see CM Punk back in the ring for a long time. Over the World's going to be a major event tonight. Ronnie Khan said, I really know it's really excited, but it's one of the biggest attended records for TV. We're going to amass the crowd, a huge gate to our show, right? And I really believe it's a great card. I want to have a great show. And a huge part of the CM Punk. People are going to hear what he has to say. People are going to step back. There's a building. There needs for a Collision. He'll eventually question for Punk. This weekend. And it's really glad it's happening this week. I really excited. Punk back tomorrow. Collision. Damn, I ain't going to load a pay card, but I think I'll see some of the questions, some of those answers when you see your Collision tomorrow night. For me, I always wanted to get CM Punk. So to come back in the ring. I'm excited. Happy tomorrow night. I certainly had always wanted to make it happen. I'm glad it's happened. So basically, he talks about Collision. Tony Khan talking about the Collision. And I think last night we talked about Collision. It was a great show. So yeah, Tony Khan knows what he's doing. So yeah, I already reviewed Collision, all the recaps, and the Rampage spoilers. So yeah. So okay, this was AgostoAllElite Podcast. I'll see y'all next Sunday. Peace. Bye. Now let's get to ROH recap. Alright, we got the match card for ROH. Mark Briscoe versus Anthony Henry. Tony Nese versus Spectacular. Nick Camarada versus Demos. Ronda Rousey versus Notorious Mimi. Stu Grayson and Richards versus Dalton Castle and the Boys. Sky Blue versus Via Van. Iron Savages versus Red Tights and Tracy Williams. Pure Rules. Danny Garcia versus DCK. We got the ROH World Television title defense, Samoa Joe versus Seidel. We got ROH Women's Champion Proving Ground match, Athena versus Trish Adora. Then we got the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Championship, the Mogul Embassy versus R.R. Fox, Darius Martin, and Archer Andrade. Let's get to it. Let's start with match 1, the World Television Championship defense. Hey, forearms by Joe start, but Seidel responds with parental kicks. Seidel teases a dive on top the outside of Joe, but Joe walks away calmly, but Seidel on there follows up with a meteor on the floor, reverses Irish ring, flies Seidel with a back elbow, boots in the corner by Joe, and a nerve hold baby. Seidel fights down, charges Joe, but gets power slammed to oblivion. And 2 count, Seidel chops back, Joe misses a charge in corner. Raising knee by Seidel sends Joe to the knees. Back kick by Seidel is partly caught by Joe, both men laying awkwardly. Hurricane by Seidel, high kick when Joe is down. Goes up, hits the giant meteor at Joe for the long 2 count. Seidel goes up and Joe catches him. It's the muscle buster. Winner is still ROH TV Championship with Joe. So honestly, this was a good match between 2 veterans of the game here, as Samoa Joe continues his dominance. Alright, match 2, Camarada versus Demos. Like, Demos looked like Kara Cross. Demos dropped Camarada with a big right hand, follows with a clothesline in the corner. Demos eats a back elbow, follows up with the ice slam. Both men now fight outside. Camarada chops Demos and throw tosses into the single steps. Power slam in the ring by Camarada, standing to adjustment, Farrah carry, but Demos blocks in and delivers the right hand. Camarada clocks him off but eats a pair of clothesline. A double spine buster and Demos who looks for a double hook, but Camarada fights him out back to the corner. Running big boot for Demos, gets another long 2 count. Camarada drops Demos for first on the turnbuckle, and Alabama slam follows. Camarada gets a pin with his feet on the ropes. Winner, Nick Camarado. Yeah, So honestly, this was a surprisingly long match, and this is my first time seeing Demos. Kevin Cross matchup, big dude, big power match here. Camarada season getting pushed after many years in AEW. We got Tracy Williams, Red Tigers versus Iron Savages. Jack Jameson is quickly a favorite of mine. Suplex by Barrison as Boulder gets a tag. Williams locks in the armbar over the top rope and comes on top, and across Boulder get caught in military press. Tigers suffer the same fate at hands of Boulder. By Sam Boulder, and elbow drop misses. Bronson out, but eats a big boot of Titus. Billy the belly. Bronson finds a fine carry. Ties Boulder. Walks on him. Both men double chest him by Boulder, who countered the double Samoan drop. Bronson break up the pin with Seton. Big knee, man drop running closer. Combo by Titus and Williams. Big boot to the corner. The back elbow drop kick with the power driver is blocked. Bronson hits the Rikishi driver Titus on Williams. Trick chair spot right at Iron Savages. This one's over. The winner, Iron Savages. Well, short to the point. Iron Savages had fun getting going. Titus Williams can make anyone look great. Yeah. Alright, we got match 4. Tia Paper versus Diamette. Piper eating Hank Network on the middle rope. Bledsoe backslide, baseball slide. Big Piper to the floor. Hit hard, and cross face by Diamette. Slap to the face. Boot to the face by Diamette now. Diamette blocks her face. Piper kind of throws striking on White Bunny. PK by Piper. Side slam. 2 count. Diamette counters and locking the jacket top wrist lock, and Piper goes to sleep. Winner of the match is Diamette. This was brutal. Diamette clearly frustrated the entire match. Paper's time was way off. I feel like Diamette saying, Tony Khan, I need better on camera. And here was a shot. Yeah. Match 5, Tony Nese for Spectacle. Matt returned by Nese in a bicep pose. Nese works over Spectacle from the pillar to pose, and Davari takes a cheap shot on the Spectacle from the outside. Spinning back kick to the face by Nese. Trio well by Nese, but he does so as the bicycle crunches. Biases by Nese. Some hand fists for good measure. Spectacle fights with a jawbreaker, but Nese drops him first over the top rope. Nese misses the double moonsault jump, and Spectacle fire back clotheslines. Hits his by Spectacle, single RDT. Running insecurity to your corner, but Nese reverses and Jeremy suplexes back with the buckle. Richard's running knee in the corner. This one's over. Tony Nese wins. It was way too long, and no offense to Spectacle. Match 6, Notorious Mimi versus Miranda Laza. Brawl to the heart.
Eliza beats on Mimi in the corner. Basement drop kick. Butterfly shift by Eliza gets 2. Mimi sends Eliza up. Over and coming up. Basement Hurricane Rana driver for the 2. Mimi catches a kick. Kick with a high kick overall. Pump kick by Mimi and an inverted TKO for the pin. For a 2, actually. Ace question by Eliza. Drive by for just 1. Winner Miranda Eliza. Barely more than an accident match. Eliza's way top 2. Joining the impressive number of women in RH Women's Division. Match 7. Delta Council and the boys versus Righteous and the Street Racer. Boeing 1, Vincent start. Running elbow back to Vincent. Arm by Boeing 1. Drop kick by Boris and Vincent to the ground. Racing and drop kick by 2. But Racing responds with overhead belly to belly. Hurricane Run by Boy 2. Vincent distracts Castle outside while Grayson in the post for his first. Dutch with a running body block on Boy 2. The rig. Vincent with a basement clean shot that gets 2. Grayson gets a tag and vicious lariat on Boy 2 gets 2. Dutch is now connects a sharp clothesline. Which is good, but Grayson makes the tag. So this Castle clears the ring of Righteous with a big T-bone for Grayson. Build on to Vincent. Load of Grayson. Asks for Castle, asks for the boy, he gets Boy 2. Vincent taking out Boy 2, block. Castle 2 is heads up for setting the steel steps. Dutch, Boy 1 steps. Triple team, flipping your razor edge for the win. So Grayson the Righteous. Grayson fights in might well with the Righteous. That's my thought on this. Match 8, ROH Women's Proving Ground Championship match. Athena versus Trish Adora. Both women trade headlocks to start before Stallman tests a straight Greco-Roman knuckle lock while Dora wins, riding the block are whipped into a turbo by Dora. Adina escapes as Dora follows, getting caught. The Dragon Skull leg whip with middle rope. Follows outside, gets drop kicked to the steps. Adina control back inside the ring. Leg lays, but Dora makes the ropes. Nothing personal broad. Adina a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Dora and a ripcord power sling gets 2. Victory roll, corner is a corner by Dina, super kick. Dina goes up for the old face for the win. Winner Dina. So these two women have really good chemistry right here, but the winner was never in doubt. Sure Hogan, the future opponent, as best made clear. So yeah. Now we go. Well, after that, Dina dropped Dora with elbow that faked the code of honor. Dina looks for stomp, but Kara Hogan's there with the trash can and brawl breaks out. So next week will be a Chicago street fight for the Orange Women's Champion. I can't wait. We got match 9 now. Third, Anthony Henry JD Drake versus Mark Briscoe. Spinning back kick by Henry forward by Mark Briscoe and a boot sends Henry to the floor. Rolling DVD back in time Mark and froggy elbow time by Henry invades. Apron DT by Henry and spinning DT off the top rope. So like drop kick, a push kick to the face. Henry runs a big foot in the corner and a redneck kung fu. But Henry is all bonds with a German suplex to the head of a 2 snapmare and a straight jacket by Henry in the center of the ring. Missing drop kick from the top by Henry. Mark responds with chops and a single leg drop. Cuts on the corner. A big fisherman buster by 2 count. Mark calls for the J Driller. But Henry blocks body back body. Drops him and twists the neck. Vertical by suplex Henry, the dry sleeper in the middle of the ring. Mark fights against the bottom rope and does. Henry dives. This is a diving double slam with a chop fest on the ring. Fight Spirit. Henry runs the Legionary and Jay Driller finishes one. Mark Briscoe won this one. Really strong match here between the two of my favorites. It's also to see some more of my Anthony Henry on television. Match 10. Daniel Garcia versus the DCK. Matt turning Garcia, chops in the corner, right back. I elbow Garcia, ready flying man by DCK. DCK gets a boot up as Garcia charges it up. But Garcia dumps it to the vapor to the floor. The absolute by Garcia. New count up and over by Garcia to ICF. But DCK crawls into the bottom rope. Running Campbell by GCK. Both men are down. DCK repeated chops to the throat. Set to the rope. Chops to the rope. It is having a position 2 count. crossface by DCK, but Garcia gets to the rope. Garcia fights back with a level leg drop into the bursting crab. DCK gets to the ropes, and Garcia plants him with an elevated ET onto the knees. Dragon Slayer Garcia, and DCK is forced to tap out. Then Garcia wins. I would love to see these guys get about 10 more minutes for a fun encounter between the two, and DCK definitely coming on nicely. We got match 11, Sky Blue versus Viva Vance. Slide kick read by Blue. Van goes up, overcomes with a spinning heel kick to the face. Rocks at a combo submission, but Blue counter with 2 pin for 2. 4 by Blue and Big Blue. Keeping Hurricane off the middle rope. Blue running knee in the rope. Kick 2, best sponsor. Blue gets took care by Blue. Hurricanes out of roll up by Vegas 2. Super kick by Blue and Skyfall finish this one. Sky Blue wins. It was a fine match here. Sky Blue is definitely here for big days. Nice debut from Van 2. Astral Embassy versus AR5 Mario and Andrade. Fox evades Cage with the legs for the paper for coming over the top with a body press. Cage casts the rolls of the head to the side effect. Martin with a pair of drop kicks, but here comes Khan. Big shoulder blocked by Khan. Khan slides toe in the face, throws to Martin for the corner. Darden trying to fight with a pedal with the ET toe and attack Martin. Instigating the toe, Martin goes up top, gets pushed forward. Todd whips him to the apron about a dozen times. Changes in, trying to hit a double drop destroyer. Fox kind of away with a boots and a double head scissor lock arm jab. Take over the Khan. Cage is stripped on the middle rope, eats a big springboard drop kick. Adrian pressed on the floor by Andrade. Suicide dive by Martin. Huge punch straight by Fox. And Emerald Embassy is down. Let's connect with a small top of the cage for all 2 count. Triple T by cut of the cage. One of the 2 new. By Blue to turn the face, but gets pounced for his troubles. Crossed by Return attacks on both Fox and Andrade. Stutter over the top by Martin. A bomb rope assist. Flatter Toa calls here with Edna Heartache to Martin. Andrade said floor falls over Spanish fly outside. Fox 4 feet on top. Andrade follows. Springboard for apron 1 2 no. Cage breaks it up. Super kick part of the cage. Torture ragged to neck break by Andrade to Cage. Shot drop by Toa to Fox. Hits break over by Ola to Andrade. And shotgun drop kick by Martin off top rope. It's a clear to Martin. Shotgun drop kick to Cage by Andrade. Chicken nails by Cage. And of course special to Flatler 1, 2, and 3. The Mogul Embassy wins. Here's my thoughts. This match rules. Fox, Martin, and Andrade are definitely throwing as trios team, but Mogul Embassy is one another level. Heck of a main event. So yeah, here's my final thoughts. Lots to think about this week. Shows with 12 matches, but it was booked by 2 good championship matches. There's not too much to complain. Ring of Honor is definitely trying to get by new stars like Colorado, Miranda Laza, Kara Hogan. You guys see some fresh blood. Give me more Briscoe, Anthony Henry, and Garcia, and I'll be happy. So yeah, that was ROH recap. Now we go straight to Rampage. Go to Rampage now. All right, this is basically gonna be the last Rampage because last week and next week, starting going forward. This is my Sunday podcast. So next Sunday going forward, Rampage spoilers will be there because I'm not gonna review Rampage. This is the last Rampage review, so enjoy it as you can, okay? Welcome to the Rampage recap on June 16th this week. W Collision last night was good. Doesn't mean Khan skipped Rampage. This match had to build in the con weeks. Mark Briscoe had 500 for Jarrett, Karen Jarrett, Jay Little nonsense. We teamed up with Briscoe and Audie Ambrose for a mixed trios match. None of the differences. We also saw Empire take on Chaos on Tanahashi Atasi, battled at Big Dino, and Talia Valkyrie facing Trisha Dora. Alright, let's go start. Let's have Chaos versus Empire. Chaos Empire ready to ring, start the show. Fletcher better trying to achieve competitive exchange strikes the takedown. Since Rodney is injured, Cobbs he with Fletcher is Ospreay for the bow. Ospreay and background tag in, kept the fight going, probably in the champ. He is Trios champ, and one of the company's biggest strengths. So many different trios exist across the AWROH. So to make good argument why it should be considered for a title shot in recent months. Even though looking at the participants in the match, you can say it was good for a starter. Everyone looked a little up at the table, saw different styles of interest one bout. As a one sequence. And the competitor, they probably pick up the win by pinning Romero. It's just some moments were all business as usual. Final few moments had some fantastic action. But yeah. So, Jeff Cobb's second cover Rhino, Barrett Russo over the rope looked great. Great form. Barrett Chuck, Pemberton, trying to middle, double T moves were hilarious. Chuck was great at commentary. Cobb used a German was big. Break us pay was a great spot. Bring out 3 hugs to pay better was even better. Valkyrie versus Thora. The second I saw Valkyrie take on Thora, while Thora was getting a bit of offense here. The match was almost all Valkyrie. The match was very long, surprisingly physical. Local pick up the win with a curb stop that we went to 2 days. Better than the usual squash where we got on Rampage. So yeah. Then Mike got in the ring the middle of the match. That was one small thought. I thought it was a unique look. Talent wrestler should be featured somewhere next year. Valkyrie side super nice. Fans were selling was hilarious. We got Jarrett Lethal, Briscoe and Anderson Briscoe. Yeah, it was versus each other. Mark Bruggen and Parker Briscoe, he would hit Jim Brenner, Edward, Jay Lethal, Jarrett, Jarrett. Mark Lethal started that tease. Those ends trade some words and a handshake for locking up, so there was a level of respect there. A lot of AEW matches favor actor over storytelling, but this was about all stories. It only has Sicily. I feel like every stage was planned, several story being told. This match is not going to be for everyone. Lead to comedy a bit too much for the fun fans or Karen. I'll be more concerned. Right, lead on JF has some street bots. Whatever else they expect to have done during a brief voting rate. This would be a match on the year list, but it's the kind of goofy match. Ain't pro wrestling fun sometimes. All the others ended up getting the win for a team by using a figure 4 on Karen. Jericho was being extra petty and made it come a little better. Girls with crowd dressed around for adorable. Papa Briscoe should have hooked the leg. Sunday does what gotta go part of the group. Without him, would have been an entertainment. Can we get a Paul Turner hearing test? Alright, main event. Konosuke Kashi versus Bandito. The main event saw Kashi take on Bandito. Cows include Kai's side of the interview, but sat with Kai's head and watching the activate side. Men for braver, more physical demand side, but then would waste no time making this feel like a competitive fight. Bandito may have been a small competitor, but his impressive power kept the other feeling like an underdog. Even held up for a couple of delays, worked a suplex to show him right. Expected his match on the show. Takashi just a style to be a heel, and Bandito paid a great baby face. Cows moved to the ringside as Bandito had the upper hand. Takashi countered the 21 plex. Retro scored the win with a knee to the face. Takashi wins. This is what you have to be. So. Reverse ratio. The artwork seen during Takashi's entrance was made by Mason Mel Coleman. Her on Twitter is Mel Coleman's art. She has great artwork. Go follow her on Twitter. That's the part. Get that paycheck from Mark Henry. Bandito has a real cool look on him. He would stand out among the other masked wrestlers. Watch 2 guys yelling each other Japanese Spanish at a extra level of intensity for no reason. Bandito pressing Takashi above his head was a great display of power. So, yeah, that was Rampage. That was Rampage. So, that was Rampage. That was my take on Rampage recap. That was my recap. It was a recap of Rampage, the last one. So, now I'm going straight to Collision.
For our debut of my recap of Collision. So, let's look at the match cards first of all. Now we got the main event, the trios match, CM FTR versus Samoa Joe Bullet Club Gold, Miro versus Tony Nese, Andrade Idolo that started the match, started the show versus Buddy Matthews, Sky Blue Will Nightingale versus Tony Storm, Ruby Soho, AEW TNT Champion Warlord versus Luchasaurus. So here's my thought on Collision. After this was an absolute legendary opening montage. We were from basically we have United States in Chicago with Kevin Kelly, Matthew McGinnis on commentary. Look at my eyes. CM Punk is here with a pair of college western shoes hung over his neck and a bag in his hand. This is 100% good guy reaction here. To be clear, they'll make some reaction. CM Punk removed the microphone cover, saying he's tired of being nice. Gone 8-10 months with a ruptured triceps tendon, but still here. As long as Punk's here, his professional wrestling business is a business of grown-ups. There's never been a popularity contest. Punk wants to talk about the past, which he says is checkered. Punk has sold out all his places without the fans. Punk loves the fans because they love him. The fans love Punk because he's himself. However, there are some people that Punk for the same reason any fans love him. Punk knows his parents makes people uncomfortable. That's because he is the truth, and the truth is painful. Chance to fuck the elite rung out, and Punk says you can call it wherever you want, but he's one true, genuine article in a business full of counterfeit bucks. The king is Mac, baby. Punk appears to get emotional here before asking fans why will he change. Punk will always speak his truth. Power, always be himself. He never compromise. There are people that think are old an apology. However, Punk has grown older and wiser. Sometimes good, bigger man. Punk is sorry that only people softer than you wrestlers are alike. Tell you when outside lies. Last time you saw Punk with his tricep, now he carries for himself. He sees it in his bag. The bag belongs to Punk until someone can pin him or submit him for it. Until there's someone to come in that can fill the boots. Belong on feet. Tell you when I'm telling lies. Third time. This was the third time. Now we go to the match. The first match was the TNT champion Wardlow versus Stars that started the show. Hard luck up start. Wardlow said Luchasaurus outside. Luchasaurus chases Cage out of the ring. Got the jump on the target of Luchasaurus. Cage around the boot of Wardlow. Allowed Luchasaurus to connect with a big boot from apron to the floor. Luchasaurus tosses Wardlow to the guardrail. Later to the stops. Maintaining control through the PIP. Nerve hold by Luchasaurus, but Wardlow powers her up with an electric chair, dropped it down by clothesline by Wardlow. Some running shoulder blocks the quarter. Double leg into a spine buster by Wardlow. Wardlow heads up to the top, now looks for a swanton, but Luchasaurus catches him and chokes him off the top. That 2 count goozled by Luchasaurus, but Wardlow bites up the headbutts. Back and forth, from lariat by Wardlow sends shoulders to the floor. Powerbomb by Wardlow. Wardlow waits too long. Goozle chokes up by Luchasaurus. 2 count Luchasaurus. Picked up Wardlow, but Wardlow counters with a power slam. All-time bomb on the top by Wardlow. Perfect. Straps are coming down. Wardlow Christian's walking steps. Wardlow says to charge Luchasaurus from behind steel steps. Luchasaurus straps the referee. Trisha hit Wardlow in the head with camera twice. Clothesline to the back of the head by Luchasaurus, and Wardlow's out. So we got a new TNT champion, Luchasaurus. My thoughts, big man house fight stuff here. Surprising to see Wardlow lose the time, but Christian is heat, so I get it. Lexi Nash with Piles Hobbs and QT Marshall. The new chapter in Buck Up Hobbs about Hobbs winning the Owen Hart tournament. He talks taking what is his. We got Andrade Indiano versus Buddy Matthews. Dooley headlock takeover, and both men kept up. Shoulder block on Andrade as Matthews head to the ropes. And Kudo Matthews head to the outside. Judo followed by Julia Hart trapped. The big boot paper by Andrade and cartwheel moonsault land flushes on Matthews. Hurricane by Andrade off the guardrail as Matthews faces the wrist of the guardrail. Both men apron out. Matthews pull Andrade's shoulder to the turnbuckle while coming out top by huge Meteora. 2 count. Matthews may have aggravated his knee injury while Andrade just his shoulder. Double attack in during PNP. Nice and bullet make it the inside and go for a commercial break and full gospel words time. Back for the break with a pair of reg school reg whips. Andrade looks to figure 4, but Matthews pushed him off to the corner. Andrade comes up right out the middle rope, but a moonsault lands on his feet. Hits a moonsault, 2 count. Matthews sent Andrade to the rope and catches him with the back with a draping double hook DBT. 1-2-0. Matthews goes up the top, but Andrade catches with chops, falls over to Matthews, looks for a subsequent powerbomb, but Matthews gets it out. Matthews back up with a pair of cheeky nanos. Matthews trying to powerbomb, but the knee buckles again. Andrade is here with a big boot fake right into a spinning elbow. Brutal 2 count. Andrade charges, and Buddy hits a rising knee 2 count. Steady tucks his clothing by Matthews, but Andrade escaped quickly. Double leg by Andrade right into a figure 4 leg lock. Andrade dresses into a figure 8. Matthews tap. Andrade wins. So here's my thoughts on the match. Just surprised no one. This match was hard, and Andrade has not lost anything in his time off. Matthews is absolutely phenomenal, and should be on TV way more frequently. Now Andrade tries to help Matthews up, look for his handshake, but Matthews shoves him off. Matthews approaches Andrade for a handshake. Lights goes out. Lights comes back on. The House of Black are set behind Andrade. Disclaimed by King. Sky video package of Scorpion Sky showing Sky's been waiting. Come back. Time is now. Joey East is here with Smart Sterling, and time for a group training because everyone in Chicago is fat. Here's Miro. Match 3, Miro vs. Tony Nese. Miro bull rushes Nese to the corner, delivers some heavy sauce, huge clothesline. The crowd is live tonight. 10 beats of Bowery by Miro, but Nese drops him over throat first. Nese goes up top for a crossbody, but catches Nese, hits a huge fall-away slant. Smart Sterling gets involved, eats a big boot to the face while momentarily stuns Miro. But a spinning Orenga and just one pump kick by Miro, and a camel clutch finish this one. Winner Miro. My thoughts on the match, exactly what it needed to be. Crowd absolutely loved this on for once. Here's the match 4. Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale versus Tony Storm, and we saw an 0-4-1 ball to start as Blue hit a working around the apron. Romeo Will sends Tony Storm to the Alpha's desk. My feet terribly, but returns when Ruby to the STO to Willow, making the tag to Storm. Storm puts the boots to Willow as we go to commercial break. Back from break. And Blue connects with a Blue head scissors and a big running knee to Storm. Sliding rebound kick on the butt. And head kick to Storm. Driving crossbody by Blue gets a 2. All for one. Willow hits the spine busters to Ruby. Drop kick by Storm. Willow. Storm catches a high kick by Blue. Blocks it to the Cloverly. Blue fights against the bottom rope. Does Willow gets Storm tag. Storm trying to wrestle out, but Willow rings and plays Storm ahead of Olympic Slam. Babe with a power tap by Willow. Hits the no future behind the referee's back. Ruby and Jeremy suplex Blue in the corner. Storm hits the running hip in the corner. Ruby puts Blue down. Here comes the spray paint for Storm, but Willow interjects herself. Ruby gets spray paint in the eyes. Drive by Storm by Willow. Code Blue by Sky Blue. 1, 2, 3. The winner is Sky Blue. Winner Nightingale. This was a fun tag match. It's nice to see Hometown Girl gets the win. Definitely the biggest winner of her career. Storm saw her lose, nothing to lose. And the Rocket Shrimp after both Willow and Sky. Nice clean tag match here. Now we go to Tony Schiavone welcoming Daddy Ass and the Acclaim to the ring. Daddy Ass says the Acclaim are getting back on track. Trios titles are a part of the picture. Bowen says it's going to be the first ever collision scissor party. Look, Acclaim. Tony Schiavone takes part in 4-way scissors. This is officially the greatest segment in any television show ever. Bullet Club Gold, Samoa Joe versus TRC Punk. Zax and Harvey trades for a star. Shot by White. Stuns Zax and White. Follows up in the corner. Zax fires up. Fires back. His own. Back body drop by Zax. When they close on the corner by Zax. Making it 2. Third. Outside tag to Juice. Juice tag Zax. Had the White trap by Zax. And by Charles. And then kick by Cash. Zax had boots White off apron. Has stare down with Joe. By side Cash by Juice. Josh tags and Zax. Who's tags Pugs. Punk side Juice up for a power slam by Cash on 2 count. Punk is legal. Bruce backs up. Tag Joe. Goosebump moment. That's how Arena on their feet. Joe backs to Punk into the corner. Chops into Oblivion. Punk grabs a headlock and feels like go. Zax gets a tag. Kicks at Joe. Zax tags for Horb. Joe Blanche. Big clothesline by Joe. White gets the tag. Right, so some wear gear down, work through PFP. We're tagging Juice left hand guard by Juice playing Zax, and here comes Joe. Joe do some Joe things in the corner. Working on the body. Quick tag and double axe handle off by Joe. Juice. Suplex attempt by Juice, but Zax goes out over connects with German step and suplex of his own. Cash in the tag, clears the house with European uppercuts. Juice trying to leapfrog, but Cash catches midair with a power slam. Back bigger elbow drop combo by Punk and Cash. Demolition's finisher against the two. Cash and I with Juice trying to make a tap at back suplex by Juice, put a stop to it. Chop block, drag screw out leg by White. White has the leg hold of Trash's leg, but he still got there. Attack Punk. Glaring by to Juice and swinging that bringing to White. Running knee in the corner of Juice to White. A finishing bulldog clothesline combo. GTS calls for by Punk. White goes to the eyes. Knee to the face by Punk. Broke elbow drop by White. Juice wipes the leg up. Punk crotch on the top buckle. High angle array by White to Punk. 1 and 2 no blood run by White, but Punk counters with a pesky twist. Tags to Dax Hardwood now. Dax sets White out for suplex clash by Clash. Elbow by Punk. Punk's with an elbow drop. Juice breaks it up because White wasn't kicking out of that. It goes in. Joe trades strikes. Everyone on their feet. White attack Punk blindside. Complete Donnie Brook now while 6 men fighting. Steps it back at Dax. White on the floor. Rising knee by Punk. Then Joe in the corner. Punk looks for GDS. Joe gets free. Locks in the coquina clutch. Dax can't make the same. White grabs behind Juice. Holds on to Cash. DET Juice to take a White. Feet himself drives on Joe. Right along driver attempt by Juice. Hiding beat by Punk. Big Red. GTS by Punk. This one is over. Winner TMFTR. Slow pace at best weight. That's what I thought of the match. The match told a great story, but there's one person that should be getting the pin in this, it was Juice. Punk looked great, type of horrible high kick. They kept him a minute, but they walk back slowly. Now, here are my thoughts on this whole first episode of Collision. It felt like an absolute home run for a debut show. The crowd brought it in and they thought they knew shit in Chicago. The matches did not disappoint. We got a first to see a perfect CM Punk. Surprise title change and Beast performance by Miro. Welcome returns. Quit fantastic match by Andrade and a budding legendary feud rerun with Samoa Joe. So yeah, that was basically Collision. So yeah, that was Collision. Let's get straight to the wrestling news now.